Good morning, Super Surviving Divorce. I'm Sarah. Welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about how to recognize what we can and cannot change and acceptance. So when we're going through a divorce or after a divorce and dealing with the fallout, there are certain things that we need to recognize. There is no control, for one. There's none, not even of the little people. There's definitely no control over other people's actions or reactions. And for as much as I try to predict and head off danger for my kids or avoid conflict, it's going to come up. So what we can control for sure, or not control, we can choose to try to change our responses so they are, number one, healthy for ourselves and for the people that we love around us. We may not always be able to do that, but we can definitely respond when there is a threat to our environment. Sometimes the sympathetic nervous system kicks in and there's that fight or flight. But then what we can do to change that is take some deep breaths, for sure. That will calm the nervous system, which I've talked about in other videos. That's one response. The other things that we can change in our daily lives are our habits, our routines. So by incorporating little positive, healthy changes like choosing to eat the rainbow and not the Skittles rainbow. So like fruits and vegetables, if we trade out something that doesn't really necessarily give us energy or benefit our body and our health and our skin, for one, we can trade out something like melon if we have heat in our system, like if we get hot flashes or something. That's not necessarily in balance. So we could eat cooling foods like melons or watermelon or cantaloupe or honeydew. Those are cooling foods. Those are little healthy changes to keep us in balance physically. The other thing we can change is how we spend our time sometimes, like the time that we're not working, but also while we're working. We can choose to incorporate laughter, smiles, kindness, generosity. Those all nourish us in both directions, as I've said. The things we cannot change, like I've said, if we can't change our living situation, if we can't change our environment, what we can do to influence it is limit our interactions with people that are not necessarily healthy for us. And when I'm talking about people that are healthy for us, they're supportive, they're kind, they are to us and around us. They treat us with respect, especially if we give that or try to give that. Obviously, we're always not perfect, but if we can surround ourselves with people that are basically kind, then that will encourage more kindness. And if we can limit our interactions with someone, like I tell my kids, if you walk away from having a conversation with somebody and you feel bad about yourself, that's not healthy. So try to limit your interactions with them. And I tell my kids all the time, look, you're kind and you deserve kind friends. And that goes across the board for adults. How you treat people is what you're gonna attract and be a magnet for. And it's reciprocal. Relationships are reciprocal, and healthy relationships are reciprocal and nourishing and healthy and happy, and they make you feel good about yourself, and they highlight the goodness in you, and they can also point out where you need improvement in a kind, gentle way as well. So the things we can change, here's a little story. One of my youngsters, after my divorce, I was having coffee at the kitchen table and we were hanging out, and I took from my old house, I took the mug that said, I heart my wife, because it was just so ironic. So I took it with me and I was drinking coffee out of that. And my 12-year-old at the time said, you know, Mom, you should really scratch out that W and put an L in there. And I was like, that's a brilliant idea. And then obviously it would say, I love my life. So that's something changeable, and it was funny and definitely true. And even through hard times, there's always a crack of sunshine somewhere. And then at the end of it, it's the rainbow, it's not the pot of gold, right? So thank you for listening to Super Surviving Divorce. Please check out my website, which is my work site. Also, it's vitality-acupuncture.net. I do phone consults, and remember that you are more capable than you think and stronger than you know. And Super Surviving Divorce, we provide actionable and accessible information to light up your path for hope, health, and happiness. And please share, comment, and I'll comment back to you, and subscribe. And the whole point is to make other people's lives smoother by making my mess my message, I guess. I've learned a lot, and I guess some of the information that I'm trying to share would have been handy because divorce is kind of not really super talked about. No one wants to catch it, and I'm not encouraging divorce, but I'm trying to make a harder time easier for people. And you actually do get stronger if you let it and you look for the right things on the way. Okay, thank you and have a good day.